Good morning, this is Dominic with TheBackVlog. I believe it was 2 days ago, as of recording this, which is April 12th. I finished, after years and years of not having finished this game, I finally finished the Simpsons game on the PlayStation 3. The Simpsons game is probably one of the games I associate with my earliest memories of the PlayStation 3. I've never had the game when I was a kid. A friend of mine, I don't remember if he had the game or if he just had the demo, but that first level with the like the chocolate wonderland thing with Homer being a ball, like that is such an iconic memory that I have in terms of the early days of the PlayStation 3, along with Grand Theft Auto 4 and Guitar Hero 3. Like, those three games are like what I associate the beginning of the PS3's life with. And then years later, it might have been like 2018, I played maybe a third of this game. And I don't know why I stopped playing. I think my PS3 controller, I had a red first party PS3 controller. I guess it like broke or something. I don't know if it was like egregious stick drift or what. But I put the game down. I put my PS3 down, and I didn't play it for a long time. I don't remember what the circumstances were. So after 7 years. And then 7 years on top of another, like, maybe 10 years, I finally finished the Simpsons game. And I thought it was really fun. You know, the humor in it is kind of more modern day Simpsons. It's kind of like, I don't know what season it would have been at by then, probably like season 15 or whatever. So it's after kind of like already the Simpsons humor was not as good as it used to be. It was still a little forced. Some of the lines in this game are a little forced. But there are some lines that really did get to me, that I found were really funny. But I read that the writers of the show at the time were actually the people who wrote this game, and it definitely shows. It doesn't feel like a ripoff of a Simpsons writing. It does feel like authentic Simpsons writing, to the point where this game kind of feels like an episode of The Simpsons, where, you know, Bart gets a manual for a video game and realizes that he and the rest of his family have superpowers, and then Springfield is abducted by aliens, and the Simpson family is the only people that can stop them. But in order to stop them, they need to go into the game engine and get key cards. It's like a video game cliche. There's a lot of like deliberate video game cliches in here that the game actually like takes the piss out of, which I think is funny. And then, you know, they go back and do all this stuff, and then the ending happens, and the ending is it's a strange ending, because it's like they break the fourth wall and everything. My fiance is not interested in The Simpsons at all, and when I was playing the game, like, she wasn't like super paying attention. She just happened to be paying attention like right at the end of the game, and she sees the final cutscene with Ralph, and then the game just kind of ends, and she was like, that was a weird ending. And I was like, that is a weird ending. If that's how the game ends, that's a really good ending, but like, that's such a weird thing to end on. And then it ends. It brings you back to Springfield to get the rest of the collectibles, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Because it is a Simpsons game, and it's kind of like an episode, kind of like, you know, the storyline is like emulating a Simpsons episode. It's kind of like a love letter to video games as well, even though it is kind of like making fun of video games in terms of like cliches. There's also like there's a lot of parody in the game too, that kind of like emulates other games. A lot of like posters that are referring to other games. You know, there was, I was not expecting this. There was a freaking Katamari Damacy reference on top of others. There was a Half-Life reference, God of War, EverQuest, Grand Theft Auto. I'm trying to remember the ones off the top of my head. Guitar Hero, Medal of Honor. I think Need for Speed was there. Mario and Sonic were there. Katamari Damacy. I know there's a few other references that I'm missing. But yeah, like obviously a lot of these things are from games 20 years ago. But you know, as a gamer with a breadth of knowledge, that was very appreciated. I really like the art style in it, like the cel-shaded art style. I just think cel-shaded art styles in games look really good, and I would like to explore more of those. There haven't been a lot that I've kind of like explored. I think the cel-shaded art style cutscenes aren't as good. I think it looks a little weird. I think when you're playing, it's not as bad, but when you're watching that as a cutscene, it's a little weird. But another strong suit that this game has is whenever it goes to a fully animated cutscene. You know, there are cutscenes in this game that are like, they're animated like a real Simpsons episode, and it's really cool. They put a lot of time and effort into those animations. I don't know how much this game costed to make, but they definitely put a lot of heart into it. This game is 2 players. That's really cool. There's no trophy support, so I mean there wasn't really any. I didn't really go back to do the rest of the collectibles just because I wanted to get to the next thing. If there was trophy support, I might have, because this game was a blast. But yeah, the fact that there was like couch co-op with this thing, you can like play cooperatively on levels, because each level has the 2 Simpsons characters that you can play as. I think each level is like locked to 2 specific Simpsons characters, because the levels they utilize each individual ability of the Simpsons. But yeah, I think it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of like the old Lego games from back in the day, with the you can play as, you know, you can play 2 people. So I think that's really cool. Spoiler alert for not the very end of the game, but like the second to last level, where Matt Groening is a boss fight. That was incredible. I was not expecting to fight Matt Groening in his mansion, where he would summon Futurama characters to fight me. That was wild. Oh, Dance Dance Revolution. That's another one. That's the I'm not going to tell you who the boss fight is against, but that's it's basically like a Dance Dance Revolution battle at the end of the game. That's like the final boss battle. And with each level, okay, spoiler alert for the Simpsons game, end game, you fight God. Just like your average JRPG, you fight God. And you're fighting God in this Dance Dance Revolution dance battle. And each level is like showing the the different consoles, but like they're Christianified. So the first console, the first level of Dance Dance Revolution boss battle is the Pray Station, and there's like you know, hands praying, and then the second level is the Exodus box, and then the third level is like, this is where the Simpsons writing is really good, because like you have these parodies of these video games. What are you eating, Robin? You better not be eating hair right now. The third level of this is he, spelled H-I-I, and I think that's brilliant. It was a grand old time. Oh, yeah, Pokemon is another one. That's another reference they did. Yeah, I'm just rambling now. That's the Simpsons game on the PS3. Have a great rest of your day.